Hello everyone, I'm Jiven, an engineer of Shenzhen Gas Motion Control Electromachinal Company. It's my honor to introduce our company's products as well as low voltage software debugging methods. This software is a green software without installation, directly open to use. The CD is placed in the default directory software (JMC) folder. Now, open the folder. Double-click to open the JMC servo motor. In this layout, you can find the flying function models, which are Parry upload, Parry config, system config, monitor, port control, run status, and the exit button. The main function of Parry config is to regulate the system PID parameters. System config is mainly configure the parameters of motor. Adjusting the electronic generator, select the control model, select the input model, signal type, and select the configuration control. Port control is set up with the software communications setting. Monitor is detect the system operating parameters of the indicates. The exit is leaving the software, where the Parry upload and run status are not developed, so they will not describable. Now, let's talk about the detailed function of each functional model. Click the port control button. In the message box, you can see the port number, baud rate, and the connect button. Now, the status is disconnect. Set the port number and the baud rate, and then click the connect button. You'll find the status has become connected. That is to say, the driver and the software have connected successfully. Click the exit button to exit this screen. I'll explain the system configuration model. Click the system config button. In the message box, you can see the motor encoder. This parameter is configured motor encoder lines. Electronic generator has molecular and denominator. We modify the molecular or denominator to adjust pulse equivalent. Now, click Upload. You can see the generator is 1:1. If the encoder line is 1000, the 4-fold pulse equivalent to 4000 pulses should be a term. Control model. There are 3 control models option boxes, which are position control, speed control, torque control. We can choose the appropriate option depending on the application. Input model. This model also has three options, which are pause, digital, and RAM enable. We can choose the operative type of input signal according to PC signal type. Signal type. This function has four options boxes. Pause with direction. The pause with the opposite direction. Double pause with direction. And double pause with the opposite direction. We can choose the corresponding type of signal characteristics in accordance with the host computer. Servo control has internal control and external control. Select the appropriate model according to its usage. Modify the parameters and download them into driver. Click Exit button to close this interface. Then, I'll explain the function of parameter setting model. Click the Pari Config button. You'll see four PID parameters adjustment options. They are position loop, velocity loop, current loop, and the threshold setting. The main parameters of the position loop are position proportion, position feed forward, position error, position integral, and position filter. The position proportion is to regulate the rigidity of the motor. If the position proportion is too high, the motor will be vibrate, and if it is too low, the motor will be located slowly, dragging, and less rigid, and so on. The position feed forward is to adjust tracking accuracy. Position feed forward system will advance if the adjustment is too high, and the positioning may run back again. If the adjustment is too low, hysteresis will be occur. The motor will have to collapse the position, and the motor accelerates slowly. Position error is to configure the system in place to allow the number of pulse deviation alarm setting. If this parameter is set to 10,000 under the circumstance, if the given position with locating position deviation 10,000 pulses, the system will stop working and alarm output. Position integral has yet to open, so I will not explain it. Position filter is the position feed-forward filter from 0 to 7 grades. The higher the grade, the greater the filtering time constant. Feed-forward effect is more smooth, but the value of the lag caused by too large. So you can select the appropriate value when debugging. Click Download. The modified parameters can be downloaded to the system. The main parameters of the speed loop are speed, proportion, speed integral, velocity factor, velocity limit, acceleration, deceleration, and other parameters are not developed. The speed proportion is tracking speed response speed. If this parameter adjustment is too high, there will be vibrate. Too low, it will be response slowly, drag, rigid weakly. The main feature of the speed integral is regulating the positioning accuracy, which according to the positioning error. If the speed integral is too high, the motor will be shock and unstable. Too low, the positioning error will occur. The motor is not guaranteed to locate accurately. Speed filtering is used to stop surprising vibration, grades respectively from 0 to 7. The higher the grade, the better to stop surprising vibration. Velocity limit for the motor to run the fastest. This factory default values 16 and 183. This parameter cannot be modified. Must ensure that the value is 16 and 383 before downloading the modified parameter in speed loop. Otherwise, there will be an alarm system. Acceleration is the speed with deceleration ratio of acceleration and deceleration. Without modification under normal circumstances, click Download. The modified parameters can be downloaded to the system. The main parameters of the current loop are current proportion, current integral, continuous current, and limit current. Current loop, where all parameters are factory optimal parameters, and they are not recommended modification. Current proportion is not recommended to modify the default factory parameters that are optimal value. If the current proportion is too high or too small, the current run away, the motor cannot control, don't work, or vibrate will occur. Current integral regulates the quiescent current stability. This parameter is not recommended to modify. You can use the factory defaults. Continuous current and limit current. Use the default factory setting is the optimal parameters without modification. Click the download button. The modified value can be downloaded to the system. We click the exit button to close this message box. Now, we are talking about the waveform detection model. The role of the model is waveform detection system. Click the monitor button will open the waveform detection. In the lower left corner of the main screen, you can see the waveform curve option, a total of 4 channels. Channels 1, Channels 2, Channels 3, and Channels 4. You can select the waveform signal to be monitored via the drop-down options. And at the lower right corner of the main screen, the time setting options. You can set the monitoring time and the sampling period. Now we stop the monitor detection. Okay, I'll tell you the method of low voltage servo system typically debugging simply. Due to the current proportion, current integral, and speed proportion are optimal parameters before leave the factory, so they don't need to modify. Now, fix the motor in the structure. Make sure the motor rigidity. Hand twice the motor shaft option to increase the proportion of motor vibration occurs, when the current value will be reduced by 20% to 30% after right to position proportion. Now, modify the value of the ratio is the better position. Sending pulses to the motor. Observe whether the motor lead, lag with motor positioning errors, and so on. According to the table, to regulate the position feed-forward, speed proportion, speed integral, and velocity filtering. Well, the use of the low voltage servo software and parameter setting methods described as above. Then, we demonstrate low voltage servo debugging methods through practical operation example. Case 1. Rigid adjustment. Adjust the position of the motor rigidity ratio of the different variations demo. We can find the motor rigidity weak. Gently twist the wheel can be synchronized from the video. Now we will upload the driver's parameters. We click the upload button and found the position proportion setting is low. Adjust the proportion gain to 6000. Click download. Now, we look at the current synchronized wheel. Now, we find better motor rigidity from the video. Case 2. Overall system debugging. Linkjet printer demo. we can see that the inkjet machine running from left to right from the video. We will upload the motor parameters to the software interface. Now, click the Upload button. We can see the motor parameters are position proportion is 3000. Position feed forward is 1640. The speed proportion is 3000. The speed integral is 300. From the driver parameters, we can find that flying parameters are need to be modified. Rigid to weak. Speed count trick. Position accuracy is low. Thus, the position proportion will be adjusted to the 5000. Position proportion to 5000. Position feed forward. Keep same as before. Click download. And in the velocity loop, the speed proportion is adjusted to 6000 and the speed integral is adjusted to 2000. The parameters of current ratio keep unchanged. Download the parameters to the system. Now, let's see the operation of the motor. Now, you'll find the machine run more smoothly from the video. The low voltage servo software introduced with the parameter adjustment method of Shenzhen Just Motion Control International Company as described above. The explanation is over. Thanks all.